the Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer, Ron Miller, and Jerry Keyser.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report for Thursday, January 13th, one day away from a possible Friday the 13th.
Oh, that was close.
It was. Coming at you live from the Ron Miller Race Car Studio, it's a Hammer Down Racing Report presented by Oakshade Raceway, show number 213. Coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Hammer Report. Follow us on YouTube. Of course, you can also listen to us on demand on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, whatever. Or just do a Google search of Hammer Down Racing Report, and you'll find some
couple hundred
podcast platforms you've never heard of that we're on. It just kind of propagates everywhere. It's weird. Tonight on the show, we got a good one for you. We have, before I get a text, let's get that going there. We have Creed Kemenah with us. We're talking to him. And we didn't promote this. Harold Kemenah will be joining us as well.
An added bonus.
Huh?
Flake.
Yes. What was it? Flaky Jake?
Flaky Jake, yep.
Yeah. We'll talk more about that. We'll have some Chili Bowl coverage. A porn star coming to NASCAR? Question mark. Talk about that. And Ryan Weekman is back with the weekend weather pit stop for forecast for Saturday. Hangover race at Sandusky Speedway. It's going to be one of the coldest weekend weather pit stops that we've ever had, I think. So,
John Young's back on board with a couple of grandstand tickets for the Hangover race.
Well, good. How does he want to give them away? Because the hashtag thing doesn't work for me.
Oh, well.
You'll have to think about that. Get back to me, John. Coming up also later, we'll be giving away some Big D's Pizza with the How Many. We've got a new How Many coming up for tonight. We're going to give some away from the last How Many, as a matter of fact.
Do we have a tie for last week's How Many?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
No, we could do the Wheel of Names, though, if we want, for the
for
John's thing, yeah. Just tell him to put a list of all the names. Or actually, we should have him just join us, and he can share his screen and do that whole thing.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. Anyways, Oakshade Raceway, where the fastest meet to race, our presenting sponsor, racing every Saturday night during race season. Make sure to follow them on social media or visit oakshaderaceway.com. Of course, Summer Nationals, the only date so far we have in the schedule that we know of for sure, coming up on July 16th. And I believe if we stick by things in the past, the final Saturday in April will be opening night. That's unofficial.
But if history
repeats itself in the 20-plus years that I've been there, that's probably going to be the case.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Contact Freeze Frame Photos for all your racing photo needs, from action shots to victory lane. They have all your favorite drivers. They also do special photo shoots. Now might be the time of year, if you're a race car driver, to get those photo shoots scheduled while your car's looking good. Once you get it together and get it all stickered up, granted, that's probably going to be the night before the first opening night, wherever you're racing. But maybe get that scheduled now while your car's looking good before you get the tire marks, the crinkles, the bent-up sheet metal. And then you can order a calendar at the end of the year.
Yeah. You could probably order one at the beginning of the year if you want.
I wonder if he could do a 2023 calendar yet.
Well,
I know he's got the 2022s. Give Charlie a call, 419-476-9978. Also, thanks again to Big D's Pizza, Ron Miller Race Cars, Dittman Motorsports, also sponsoring tonight's
I believe
program.
Charlie will be at the Hangover race shooting, too. So
I thought it'd be too cold for him. I don't think he does that.
I think he's been there before when it's chilly. Maybe not when it's raining, but...
All right, John says hashtag 15Y. So I guess if you want to have a chance to win 2 general admission tickets for the Hangover race on Saturday, type in hashtag 15Y, and we'll see if that works. I don't think it's going to work, but we'll try the contesting thing, and if it doesn't, we'll use the Wheel of Names again. And we'll just make one of you guys talk for a while I type in all those names. In the meantime...
You should have gotten a hold of those guys from the other podcast. And
It's not them. It's something with the StreamYard, with our account for some reason. It just doesn't work right.
But they use StreamYard.
I know they do. That's why I said it's something that's ours.
Something's weird.
The Sandusky guys, they know what they're doing. I think I know what I'm doing, but I don't know.
Oh, gosh. Chris Mize is in the house, too.
Oh, boy.
So.
Well, he's already got the 15Y. Maybe we'll just have Chris Mize do it. Let's bring in our guest, Creed Kemenah. I believe he's 15 now. We can ask him. 15 now? Didn't you have a birthday in November?
November 24th, yep.
All right. 15-year-old racer. Just made your sprint car debut last fall. You raced a couple races there in the 305s. And coming from the micro sprints?
Yes, sir. We had, I think, 6 years overall in micros. So that was definitely a big part of starting out.
Now, was your grandfather involved in, in your micro sprint racing as well?
My grandpa Hampshire was more of than my grandpa Kemenah. He obviously helped out a little bit, tried to get sponsors here and there, but.
Well, he gave you the name. That's got to get some sponsors all by itself.
Yeah, but for a while, my dad would be running All-Stars, so it was just me, my mom, and my grandpa. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Now, is Grandpa involved with next year's program?
Which one?
The 304.
Which one? Either one. Take your pick.
Your Grandpa Kemenah.
Both of them are, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
My grandpa Kemenah, he wants to help us out, maybe get us some sponsorship, and he's always just emotional support.
Very
We're going to
good.
stick with the 15K. Are we going to see the 3X come back? Or
I don't know if I can move off the 15K. It's always been my number. Oh, just off the 15K.
Let's before we get Harold on the phone here, give us a little bit of background how you got into racing. I mean, obviously with the name Kemenah, there's probably no doubt you were going to get into racing, but how'd you get started in the micro sprints?
I actually didn't start in micros. I started in quarter midgets for about a year and a half, and then I got through those, and we just wanted to try something dirt, obviously, because quarter midgets are pretty much pavement. But we went to a junior sprint, which is like kind of like a step up from a quarter midget, but it has wings on it. Doesn't have a nose wing, which I always thought was weird. But we ran a year of that, and then went to a restrictor micro. The restrictor is, I would say, the beginner class of micros, and then there's the A class, which is like the intermediate class. It has all your adults and like your younger kids that are like too old to be in restrictor. And then the outlaw, which is like the premier class. And I went through those ranks over 6 years. I think 3 in restrictor, 2 in A class, or 1 in A class maybe, and then 2 in outlaw. I don't know.
Did you notice a big difference in horsepower between the restrictor and the open class?
Yeah, that was definitely the biggest jump. I didn't really think that there was too much of a difference from the open class or the A class to the outlaw class, which is like the cream of the crop guys, I guess. But yeah, when I first took the plates out of the engine and went for the open class, that was definitely the biggest jump.
It was an eye opener.
Yeah, push my head going sideways down through the corner.
So what kind of success did you have in the micro sprints and leading up to it?
I thought I was pretty good in a quarter midget. We won quite a bit. I don't know if I lost the rookie races. Like, we ran rookie for like half a year. There's a red rookie and then there's a blue rookie. The red one is like your first ever time racing. So then after you figure out how to run the car a little bit, then you go to a blue rookie, which is like the less red rookie. I don't really know how to explain it, but
and that's the color of the restrictor plates, right? The blue plate is
I would
the blue is just a little bit bigger plate.
Yeah, allows more horsepower to the engine. Red rookie's a bit faster, but I don't know. I was like 10, so I didn't really think too far into that stuff. But yeah, I was really good in the rookie stuff, and then we got up into the junior Honda, which is like, I think it's the same as the blue rookie restrictor plate, but it's like the kids that have been racing, like they know what they're doing. And that was a jump. That was something big. Racing next to a kid that only raced 5 times, and I'd only raced 5 times probably, and then a kid that's been in junior Honda for 3 years. And then there's the animal classes, which are a little bit faster, but yeah, the quarter midgets were just a lot of fun. Taught you the basics of racing. Did
you race at Toledo very much?
Yeah, that was actually my home track, I would say.
Okay.
We traveled quite a bit, though, with the quarter midget. I think at the end of the year, we went 5 different states, 13 different tracks.
So you know the Marsh family.
Yeah, Marshes, yeah.
Miranda and Braden.
Braden, yep.
Yep.
Did you? They got that new dirt track there at the rec center. Did you get to run on that at all?
No, I don't know what the last year that we would have been in court. I think 2015.
Okay, yeah, that was before they got that built. Cool. Well, let's get Harold on here. How big of a part did was it Harold or Bob that got you into the 305?
Engine wise and like hands on race car stuff, I would say more of my grandpa Hampshire, Bob. But locally, I would say that my grandpa Kemenah really like kind of spread the word, got my name out, and like asked people for like sponsorship, because I mean that's probably one of the biggest things that you need, sponsorship. And
Gotcha.
yeah, I think that they both contributed a fair amount.
Maybe we ought to hire Harold.
You there, Harold?
Yes.
So you had a hand in getting Creed's name out there.
Well, a little bit. His dad is the one that really got him going.
Okay.
You know, Chad has raced, a long time, and, he's won a lot of good races, and everybody knew him, and that's a big thing. And then with Bob Hampshire, Hampshires are really known for racing too. So, but no, he'll be really good. We just, if he just gets some good sponsors and gets going, he'll be one of the best around here.
Speaking of Chad, is he done racing? Is he officially retired, or is he still?
I don't think he's gonna go into official retirement, but he's not gonna do much. He might.
Well,
run,
is he going to be your backup driver?
Yeah. I want him to. We have 2 cars now. We got the other one back. We had I think it's a 2017 Maxim, but yeah, we got that one back, and hopefully we can take that down and do some 360 racing in Florida in about a month and a half if everything goes to plan. But
Yeah, okay.
360.
360.
Who gets to drive that?
Hopefully me. Go
All
down
right.
to some like the USCS stuff, and maybe just run a few shows down there. That would be that's a hopeful plan. I don't know if that's actually happening or not, but.
Well, that'll make the 305 seem pretty tame.
Yeah, we just wanted to get down there and get some laps. Like a few of the other kids in my like age group, I would like generation. Last year Ryan Timms did it. Brent Cruz did it quite a bit. They just go down to like the smaller tracks with a lower car count and then get laps and race different people and race different tracks. And it's really good because like I'm starting the season. If we do go, I would already be 2 races in, and everybody else would be like rusty from last year or whatever. Like they wouldn't have been in a car.
So yeah, you actually made your debut in the 305. Was that September?
I think so. I think that sounds right.
Was it at Fremont?
No, it was at Attica. It was at
Attica,
Attica. It was an all-star show at Attica.
Okay. Did you do one at Fremont too, or have you only run Attica at this point?
No, I've ran Fremont. I actually ran more at Fremont. I only ran 2 at Attica, I think.
Okay.
3 or 4 at Fremont. 3, I think.
Oh, you've run that much. I didn't realize you had run that much.
5 shows, yeah.
Wow. And how long was that in the making for you to get into that 305 ride?
Just building the car and like actually getting everything around. We really kind of shot ourselves in the foot a little bit because I mean we'd been talking about it for the last year and a half. Like before that, like, oh hey, this might be the last season with the micro, yeah. But when it was late July in August, I mean we didn't even have the stuff like ready to go, ready to build. So the actual building of the car, I would say happened fairly quick, but like the idea of it has been going on.
The engine wasn't a hold up on the program, was it?
No, we had that about all the way finished. We did have to wait a day or two because I think something got messed up and we had to wait for a part or I don't know, but whatever the circumstance was, it got in there in time, so it was all good.
With your Grandpa Hampshire, were you hands-on? Did he make you do some of the assembly work?
Well, I wasn't racing if I didn't learn how to do it, so.
All right.
Yeah,
Now,
I love doing hands-on.
Now, getting into racing, obviously, we mentioned with the name like Kemenah, it kind of was bound to happen. Was this something you wanted to do? Did Dad kind of get you into it? Did Grandpa kind of get you into it? How did? I mean, because I guess you're playing basketball too, right?
Yeah,
You got other interests. Is racing your primary interest?
Yeah, racing comes first.
It's life.
So
racing is life. Basketball's
your goal
something to do in the winter.
So your goal is what is your goal in racing? Where do you see yourself maybe 10, 15 years down the road?
I mean, I want to run for the World of Outlaws, but I feel like you have to really make all the right decisions when you're younger like me now to even give yourself a shot 10 or 15 years down the road. So, yeah, I would like to be running the Outlaws, though. That's my dream.
Grandpa, how do you feel about that? You think this kid will be there?
Do I think? Yes. He's got to win. He's got to win. He's got to win Fremont first. If you can win Fremont, you can win anywhere.
Gotcha. How'd you do it in your 5 starts this past year?
The first night out, it was kind of our own fault. We obviously scrambled in 2 weeks, and we just, I don't know the exact problem. I think something happened in the engine, but we just couldn't get the RPMs to turn. It just wasn't running right. And we figured out the problem, and then we didn't have to pile so much gear in and stuff. But the first weekend at Attica, I didn't do horrible for my first time in it, I didn't think. But I didn't make the show or anything, but I thought I was smooth. I didn't run into anything. So
that's important.
Car was in one piece, but
you kept the wheels down?
What's that?
You kept the wheels down all summer?
Yeah. I didn't even run into anything.
There you go.
I was proud of myself. Smooth. Only made left-hand turns. But the second week at Attica, I think we made the show, and that was our last week there. They ran like 18th or something, 17th maybe. That was Attica was such an adjustment for me. I thought I would actually be way more comfortable at Attica because I usually love all the bigger, faster banked racetracks, but I don't know. I guess it, for your first time, it was definitely a learning experience. But then the third week out, we went to Fremont. I love Fremont. Over and over again. That's my favorite right now. And
are there any tracks that you're looking forward to in the future getting to run, or are you waiting, just focusing on what you got in front of you right now?
In like a 305 or a 360 or like a 410?
In a sprint car, is there a track that you really, really want to get on besides Fremont, Attica, local stuff?
I'm going to be honest. I'm completely scared to death of this place right now, but I want to be able to figure it out so bad, and it is Atomic. I want to be able to figure out how to run Atomic because I feel like that place has so many different elements to it. If you can figure out how to run Atomic is a mini Eldora. If you can figure out how to handle the speed of Atomic, stuff probably happens slower at Knoxville than it does at Atomic. You're running an 11-second lap in a bull ring.
I kind of thought you'd throw Knoxville out there.
Knoxville? Knoxville is obviously one of them, but I don't know. I was just trying to think like around home, like within the next few years.
Very cool.
Now, your whole family is involved in racing here. Even your sister, I saw Mackenzie, is the 2022 Fremont Speedway Queen.
Yeah, I'm proud of her for that one. Yeah, that was really cool.
Is she supportive? She's into racing too. Is she support you in your deal?
She wasn't so much into racing when she was younger, but really in the last 3 or 4 years, she's really come on strong into racing. Yes, she definitely supports me.
Does she have any?
Always big support.
Does Mackenzie have any driving aspirations?
When I was in the quarter midget, we stuck her in the quarter midget one time, and I don't even know if she got above idle. She just she did not handle it well.
So that's a no.
No for the driving aspirations.
So we're not going to see her in your 305 next year.
We've joked about it. I've always said you should get in it, but yeah, I've pretty much gotten shot down every time.
Now, what do you think about all these young guys coming from California and coming out here to make a name? And now you're one of these young guys, but you're from here. Like Kofoid, who had that amazing win. Was that Tuesday night at the Chili Bowl over Kyle Larson?
Beat Larson.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I was watching it. I've been so tired at school because I've stayed up watching the Chili Bowl all night.
That has to be the greatest race that I've seen in years.
Yeah, that was a really good race.
Just slider after slider.
Yeah, they were getting dicey. I thought for a minute that they were going to wreck, and then I realized, hey, wait, these are the best guys in the world. There's no way they're wrecking.
Buddy would appreciate hearing that.
Yeah, that is so incredible to watch. I mean, as a fan, you can't expect any more out of it.
Nope.
Like that was probably one of the funnest races to watch. Like it was 11:30, and I was jumping and screaming in the living room. Like.
And if you haven't seen that, you can see that on our Facebook page. I shared the last 4 or 5 laps of that. It was pretty exciting finish there. Now, do you see yourself maybe following in Buddy's footsteps? I know he ran the USAC Midgets. This year. I mean, he runs pretty much everything, but then doing the Chili Bowl someday.
Yeah, I think that Midgets are a pretty cool route, and I would definitely love to run the Chili Bowl. I don't know if I would rather take Midgets over sprint cars, but yeah, I think it'd be really cool to maybe spend a year in Midgets or run a few shows in a midget.
Well, and it seems like almost every discipline of motorsports has somebody at the Chili Bowl.
Yeah.
No doubt. So what are your plans for next year? I know you mentioned a little bit about the 360. Are you planning to run a full season in the 305 at both Attica and Fremont?
Yeah, if anything goes according to plan, I think we're going to do the AFCS points. So we'll just go Fremont, Attica every weekend. And then hopefully I can learn how to drive a sprint car a bit better.
So maybe try for the trifecta there, the Fremont Championship, the Attica Championship, and the AFCS.
I don't know about that yet, but...
Well, I mean, you got to set your goals there.
Rookie of the Year trifecta.
Rookie of the Year, okay.
Yeah.
Rookie of the Year trifecta, yeah.
All right, we'll go with that.
That might be more attainable in your first
You don't have
year.
too many races to disqualify you from any of those.
No, I don't think so, because I think it's maybe 3 or 6 at each track, and I didn't run over 3 at each track.
Okay.
Okay. Any more plans to run any micro sprint races or anything like that?
You know, I did.
Is that behind you now?
I did, and then till about I think it was a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago, our car got shipped off to Missouri. We sold it.
Oh.
So, yeah.
So focusing on the full size sprint car then.
Focusing on the full size sprint car.
Right. Looks like we had a question here from Alicia. She wants to know if you raced against Tyler Gunn at Fremont or Attica.
I have not. He has not ran any 305 stuff that I've been in. I know. I think the only 410 guy that came down to run a 305 there at the end of the year was Zane DeVault. I think that's about the only one.
All right, who do you think's going to win the Chili Bowl this year?
The Chili Bowl this year.
Yeah. Who's your pick?
I mean, Larson's obviously a top pick, but I think I'm going to go with the underdog this year. Michael Buddy Kofoid.
All right.
There we go.
2022 championship.
Okay, you heard it here first. We'll give you a Big D's pizza if you're right. How's that?
Okay, deal. You better hold your words on that.
Oh yeah,
pizza's good.
It is.
Yes, it is.
Very good. Now we have Harold on the phone here too. We were talking to Creed this whole time. Let's bring Harold back here. You're a 2014 Fremont Hall of Fame inductee, and you started off painting cars.
Yes.
Back in the 60s.
Yeah, I painted cars in a garage with a fuel burner. Somebody called and wants their car painted, I'd go do it. I painted for Jim Ford. I painted Jim Ford's car and Jim Ripke's car, and everybody said, "Well, why don't you just get one?" And then I did Century Guy's car, the Ford car that Darrell Harrison drove and Al Franks drove. I painted that 1 year. So then we bought a car, and then after that, then Brian and Chad came along, and we had to hide them in the tires to get them in the pits every place we went because they wasn't old enough. But they ended up going. You know, that's why I had the car. It was for the kids. You know, so they traveled, and we stayed home and worked and tried to keep it going. So you know.
So you,
But you know, 'cause, you know, I, you know, I, 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 I,
So you
But you know,
You bought that.
Go ahead.
You bought your first car in 1976. Did you paint that one too?
Yes.
Okay. And you've had some pretty good, pretty big name drivers for you. Jack Hewitt, Fred Linder,
Kenny Jacobs.
Kenny Jacobs. I didn't realize that. How do you?
Yeah. And
How do you?
Go ahead.
How do you rate Creed as far as these drivers when they were younger? Is he comparable to them?
You can see ability.
yeah, I can see. I watched him last year. You know what I mean, as far as for what little bit he raced. And I know he got upset with himself because he wasn't winning. And I heard a couple times, well, I didn't come here to run second. Well, as long as he's got that attitude, he's going to win because that attitude is going to get him going. But
Yep.
and he's smooth enough at Fremont. If you win Fremont, you can go anywhere. I mean, all my drivers, we've always, we won Fremont. Fred and Kenny and Millstream, we was there, but I give all the credit for my racing deal with Fred Linder and Chad and Brian and they took care of the car and stuff and Jack Hewitt was one of the best guys with him and Kenny. We could send the kids with them. They'd go to California all over. We never had to worry about nothing. I sent my daughters with them and everything. But that's racing. If we can keep the families together where they're together, where they can race. But Creed's got a real good head on his shoulders, and and he's aggressive, but he's smooth, and that's what it's going to take to do what he wants to do. And that's my opinion.
Harold, did you ever climb behind the wheel?
No.
Never?
I was in a seat stock at Lima one night with Dean Miracle. That was enough for me. that was enough for me and Miracle. That was a show by itself. So Johnny Bieber, we had Johnny Bieber drive our car too, and he was really a good shoe. He was good with the kids and stuff. And my boys, learn a lot off of Johnny Bieber and Fred Linder and Hewitt and Nick Gwynn and people like that was we always had good people. And Kenny was really good with the kids, the Jacobses and stuff. But and that's what it takes. It takes if everybody's got to work together. If there's a problem, they got to work it out. But this the biggest thing right now. If you've got sponsors, you've got to give them the recognition for what they're doing for you. And a lot of the drivers don't do that. And I think as long as Creed keeps that in his head, that whatever he does, he's got to thank the sponsors and stuff that he's got, and make sure his dad and mom and his grandpa and everybody knows what they're doing for him. So, he'll be okay. He'll be,
So who's the owner of the 305 that Creed's driving here?
That is family owned. That is me, my dad, my mom, my other grandpa, my Bob.
So a lot of people have their hands involved in that, but not Harold.
Not car ownership wise.
Not in the ownership wise. I gotcha.
His job's to bring the sponsors in.
Yeah.
Now, do you still
gotta give us the stuff to get there every weekend?
Do you still own a sprint car then, Harold?
No. I don't have anything left.
You're out.
Last year we owned a car was 1985.
Oh, okay. So it's been a few years.
Maybe 86. Al Hager was my last driver.
Okay.
Who was your first driver?
Al, this guy.
Another illustrious name.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, and then Steve, this guy drove the car that I sponsored. Alex's brother. He was a good shoe. I mean, everybody that drove my cars took care of them, and I mean, I never had to worry about them really crashing or anything. You know.
Sounds like you
can
should
do
own a
it?
car and put Creed behind the wheel. He hasn't. He's only turned left and hasn't hit anything.
Well, you know, give me time. Give me time. You know, like you had said, you don't win races if you don't crash once in a while. But no, that's he'll be okay. I've got a lot of I think there's people behind him. I'm not real sure yet, but if he gets the right people, I know Dino at Big D's Pizza's been talking to me about Creed, and there's other people I think at Fremont that's going to get involved, but I don't know. I can't say nothing, but he'll be there.
So how involved? How involved are you in the pits during race night with Creed? Are you in there at all?
I don't. I go once in a while. Right now I can't walk like I used to.
Okay.
So I got a walker, but but at Fremont, see, me and the fair boy at Fremont are pretty close. So when I go to Fremont, they'll get me over where Creed's at.
So you're more in the publicity end then with Creed getting the sponsors.
I try to help him as much as I can.
Okay.
Well, I'm pretty impressed, Harold, because that list of drivers that you had with you, and for you to say that Creed is going to be good, I think that says a whole lot.
I would put here. I'm gonna step out and maybe cut my tongue off when I say this. I would say if he keeps driving like he is and follows his dad's footsteps, he'll be as good as Fred Linder and Jack Hewitt and Kenny Jacobs.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's some pretty elite company.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Chad's been, he's won a lot of races, and I mean, he goes all, he's been all over 6 champions, and he was, he's won just about anything that, that had 4 wheels on it,
All you got to say is Hewitt.
Yeah, Jack drove for us, and we had Bobby Allen stay at our place, and my house was a stamping grounds for all the races when they raced around here. Johnny Deaver, we won Lima championship, and Fred's won the championship for me. I mean, and I put Creed with all those guys. He just needs a little time.
That's very impressive.
Wow. So there you go. Well, we appreciate you guys both joining us. Creed, what's the next race on your schedule that you have officially booked yet?
Officially, I would say the first race of the year for AFCS. I'm not 100% sure what the date is on that.
Okay, so
Attica opens pretty early.
Yeah, usually.
And you'll be there?
Yeah, I would definitely love to be there.
Very good.
Well, our guests sometimes have a history of going on and winning their next event after being on the show. So we hope you...
Don't let us down, kid.
Yeah, no pressure.
You guys are a little bit of a good luck charm?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Most of the time. Our percentages are better than 50%.
Okay.
So good luck then. And, man, it was great talking to you. And, Harold, nice talking to you as well.
Well, thank you very much for having me on there.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for having me on here.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
guys, good luck in everything this upcoming season, too. And we'll have to check back in with you.
Yep. Thank you guys again.
All right. We'll see you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye. There you go.
Scott, Jerry, I'm telling you, Creed was as well-spoken as any of the youngsters we've ever had on. I was very impressed.
Yeah.
If he doesn't make it as a race car driver, he could go into race analyzing. He could do very well.
Harold's got some confidence in him there. So I mean,
and
he knows how to pick drivers. So.
That's real obvious.
So again, Harold Kemenah, grandfather to father of Chad Kemenah, who is father of Creed Kemenah.
Yeah.
I'm getting too much going on there.
Got the genetics going there.
3 generations there of Kemenahs involved in racing. So cool stuff. Reminder again, and it looks like it's actually working this time. if you hashtag 15Y in the comments.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually counted. We got entries this time.
Ooh.
Maybe I just needed to pull the contesting tool up a little earlier. Hashtag 15Y for a chance to win some tickets to Saturday's hangover race at Sandusky Speedway.
Yeah.
So you got some time. We'll do that drawing coming up here in a little bit. First, though, how about we check in with Jerry there and get a little bit of a racing roundup of what's been going on this past weekend and during this week.
A little bit of action last week out west. The Wild West Shootout at Vado Speedway Park. On Saturday was Brandon Shepard picking up the win, with Rusty Schlink coming home 13th. On Sunday, Shepard picked up the win again. On Wednesday night, Garrett Albertson won after Mike Marlar and Bobby Pierce tangled on the final lap, running first and second. The Wild West Shootout continues tomorrow through Sunday at Vado Speedway Park. And you guys may have heard about this big race going on out indoors in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's called Chili Bowl or something like that.
How big of a race could something be indoors?
Yeah.
400 entries this year. Q mains on the plate for Alphabet Soup on Saturday night's final night.
What happens if they get to Z? Do they start going to like Greek letters?
Double A, maybe? I don't know.
Okay.
But the Chili Bowl is underway. If you haven't been living under a rock, it's been very exciting this week. Guys putting on shows. We've had fights. We've had slide jobs. We've had flips. On Monday night, Tanner Carrick picked up the big win over Tyler Courtney. Those two transfer to Saturday's A main. On Tuesday, it was that guy we were talking about a little bit ago, Michael Buddy Kofoid, friend of the show, picking up a huge win over Kyle Larson. Those two, once again, both making the transfer to Saturday night. Some big names on the outside looking in, still going to have to race through the Soup, including Thomas Meserol, among others. And then last night, it was Rico Abreu picking up his 7th preliminary night win in 8 years over Kevin Thomas Jr. Those two also being locked in now for Saturday night. Tonight's action getting underway. It actually should be underway now, if I'm not
We were upstairs watching earlier.
So, yeah, going to be interesting to see who all gets locked in. That Alphabet Soup going to be very, very thick Saturday including five-time winner Sammy Swindell after being black flagged for some contact on the final lap of a C main last night. So,
did you see that?
I did watch the video.
I saw it, and it was kind of a racing deal. I don't know.
It was, but it was. It's the last lap. It's Sammy. He knows he had the car control. I don't think he had to hit him, but he did. He took the spot. I mean, what do you do? It's the Chili Bowl. It's the last lap.
Well, and the other side of it is the other side of it is the guy sideways in front of you. You check up, you're 10th. You know, and every spot is super important when it comes to
Chili Bowl,
the qualifiers.
You got 400 cars competing for 26 spots on Saturday night.
Yep.
And when you're a 5-time champion, the pressure's really got to be on you because you're expected to be there. You're expected to be in the show on Saturday night.
Ain't no provision.
A lot of storylines with the Chili Bowl Nationals.
This year especially, it's been pretty crazy this year. I'm really enjoying seeing everything that's been going down.
And Jerry, that Buddy Kofoid, Kyle Larson race was probably the best short track race I've seen ever.
I tell you what, I have fallen in love with watching the Tulsa Shootout and the Chili Bowl this year. Some of the racing that goes on that little track, it's just insane. It's don't tell any of my bosses, but better than anything I announce around here.
What?
Shh.
You know,
but I'm not an Oakshade anymore.
Something that I've seen more this year than ever are the wheelies they're doing down the straightaways. A huge amount of forward drive, and the guys aren't lifting; they're just carrying a wheelie the whole straight.
What if you watch that again? The whole Sammy Swindell bit going to the corner. Those cars are so twitchy, so jumpy. Yep. I mean, the best drivers in the world have their hands full with these cars every time they're on the track at the Chili Bowl.
Got to mention Big D's Pizza, Subs, Ribs, Chicken, and more in Clyde, Ohio, 419-547-1444. Call them now. Pizza will be there in time for the main event tonight in the Chili Bowl
Not
Nationals.
for me.
Even here?
Possibly, maybe. I don't know.
Scott, you work that deal, and
can you do a DoorDash or something from that? I don't know. You can order online at orderbigdspizza.com, and they actually just announced a new thing the other day. Where'd I get it? It's
the Sicilian salad.
I saw that too. No, this was the new cheese and pepperoni pizza bites served with a side of marinara sauce. Yeah, so check that out. Also, give Ron a call. Not for pizza though, but for race cars, parts, safety equipment, whatever. If you need anything. Probably too late to order stuff for the hangover race at this point. But
I'm telling you, folks, if you need something for your race car, don't put it off. The supply chain is totally messed up. Parts are getting certainly not any better, and
that's not what people want to hear.
Definitely more expensive.
Yeah,
are you seeing an increase on tires coming in, Ron? I've seen a lot of posts this week, but is it getting better tire-wise, or is it just a fluke thing that we're seeing an increase right now?
Nobody's racing, so nobody is pulling out of their inventory. I'm very concerned about tire availability once racing starts up.
We're going to race on rims this summer. Call Ron, 734-856-7223 for tires or whatever. Do it now. Do it now. Fight broke out on the ramp. I know this never happens at the Tulsa Expo Center the other night during the Chili Bowl Nationals after Steven Snyder Jr., he was disqualified. Apparently he tried a couple slide jobs and failed, both of them sending cars flipping because he didn't clear the cars. And then this happened in the ramp area, which was a driver that wasn't involved in either of the two incidents. This was just another driver that I guess was just pissed off about the whole deal.
The ramp is the exit off of the racetrack into their pit area.
Yeah, so this is what happened.
And as there's our shot from Jason Ackerman. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh,
and it's on. Chili Bowl is on.
Knock it off. Hey, knock it off. Let's go. Oh, stop. Go to jail. I swear to God.
So yeah, that didn't end up too well. And then I kind of like this. The director of operations, Matt Ward, had this to say about. I guess he announced this at the drivers' meeting about fighting.
We've caught up with the busiest man in the building, Matt Ward. Matt, yesterday during the drivers' meeting, you had an important PSA for drivers. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's the same thing I say at every drivers' meeting here at the Chili Bowl. I also said it at the shootout. You always get the drivers that want to talk their shit, but when you tell them to put their money where their mouth is, they don't really do it. So I just have expressed to all the drivers that if you're going to fight, do one-on-one. You can pull anywhere from turns 3 down to turn 1. So basically opening to opening, and settle it yourselves one-on-one. Kind of like hockey rules. Our crew won't break it up till it gets disadvantage or on the ground. It adds a little excitement for the fans.
I like that.
Amazing.
Earl Baltus kind of sounding.
Yeah, absolutely. Turn 3 to turn 1.
Basically between the entrances of the track there.
But amazingly, that's right in front of the grandstands. Why would he have said that?
People pay a lot of money.
Yes, they do.
That kind of stuff. I like how he made it kind of like the hockey thing. They let them fight until one of them goes down, or
I love my hockey, so I'm all in on that. But at the same time, it's if it's going to happen, that's A, it's going to be safer. B, it's going to keep from clogging.
Assuming the cars have stopped.
Right.
Well, and it stops somebody from using a tire iron.
Well, yeah. And there's a lot of people. Handle. A lot of people that are on that ramp, that may get caught up in the thing.
Somebody else's stupidity?
Yeah.
But,
that makes sense. If you're going to do it right there in front of everybody. People paid to see it. There you go. What was it? What was it that Earl said? You do it on the front stretch, he'll give you $100.
$100, yeah. You do it in the pits, you're gone.
Yeah.
You're going to jail. Yeah, you're out.
So, I don't know. You guys like that. You're all for that.
I am.
I mean, I look at it this way. I'd rather a guy who's been wrecked take a poke at a guy with his fist rather than using a race car next time around and possibly hurting or killing somebody.
I like it. We want to know what you guys think. That's not the right thing. That was an old. Let's do this one. 419-318-3081 Hammer Down Hotline. We want to know what you think. Sometime during the week, call. Let us know your opinion on fighting.
Fighting on the front
is
stretch.
there any room for fighting in racing? And if so,
Scott,
is it okay on the front stretch?
Racing's a non-contact sport, or supposed to, kind of like basketball.
Okay.
Basketball is supposed to be a non-contact sport too, but
419-318-3081 Hammer Down Hotline. We'll play it back next week if you leave a message on there for us. So, lots going on with Chili Bowl Nationals. So we move on, gentlemen.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gary Dillon, Kyle Hammer, Max Blair, Gordy Gundaker, and Tanner English have all thrown their hat in the ring to compete for the World of Outlaws Morton Building's Late Model Series Rookie of the Year this year.
Ooh.
Some pretty big names there. Stuart Haas Racing has hired Ryan Preece as its reserve driver for the upcoming NASCAR season. He will be the default driver if any of the Stuart Haas race team full-time drivers are unable to compete due to COVID-19 or any other unforeseen circumstances such as injury or sickness, whatever other sickness other than COVID. Preece, he's kind of like the backup quarterback.
There is no other disease but COVID.
You're right. Everything's COVID. But he's like the backup quarterback, though. The practice squad, whatever. Preece will compete in 12 races, 2 in Cup, 3 in Xfinity, and 7 in the Truck Series. So he's got some things that are scheduled.
All for
and
Stuart
then he's
Haas?
a backup. Yeah, I believe so. Eric Almirola revealed Monday that this is going to be his last season. He's going to retire following the upcoming NASCAR Cup season. Oh, yeah, exactly. Known as the Pup throughout his days racing sprint cars, Indiana wheelman Kevin Huntley died unexpectedly during the night on January 8th. He was 56 years old. A native of Bloomington, Indiana, Huntley was best known as a winged sprint car racer, but also as a frequent competitor in non-wing sprint cars. Huntley won
some big wins at Eldora without the wing. Very good without the wing.
He won 44 All-Star Circuit of Champions features during his career, and that places him 9th on the series all-time winners list. He's also a two-time All-Star champion, having won the title in 92 and 93. He tied for the championship in 93 with Frankie Kerr. Huntley also won 6 USAC features, including claiming the 50,000 Mopar Thunder top prize at Eldora in 2004. So, seems like a lot of people are passing away.
Yeah, it's scary.
Not just racers. I mean,
it's
Bob Saget, Betty White. I mean, what's going on?
What was it, 8 days from her 100?
It was a few days, but
close.
Didn't we talk about this before? That if you counted the leap years, she made it to 100. If you added in those days and leap years.
Thomas Cole mentioned, and also Michael Barr, basically the patriarch of the Barr family that raced stock cars at Eldora for years, passing away as well. Definitely condolences to his family. So, I mean, like you said, it's been a real run here lately, not in a good way.
Yeah. Lima Land, speaking of Lima Land, they released the 2022 race schedule. Kicks off on Saturday, May 6th with the NRA. Nice hat there. The NRA Sprint Stocks and Modifieds. The Keyser Memorial is back, of course, with a full show plus
my favorite
trucks.
race.
That's the Dirt Truck Series, right? Dirt Track Truck Series.
Dirt Track Truck Series will be there. Yeah, the Keyser Memorial is actually for the stock cars.
Okay, but I mean that night. Yeah, but they'll be racing that night.
Yep, they'll be there that
June
night. And also, they are on the schedule on. They're in May as well. I don't have
at Lima Land.
There it is. Yes, May 13th, the same weekend as the Mike Stryker Memorial. Trucks will also be on the Dirt Track Truck Series. Will also be on hand.
Have you seen any Oakshade dates for the Dirt Track Truck Series by any chance?
I have not. I have talked to Andy. I know he's still working on that. I do know that another track we're going to be talking about here soon, getting ready to release their schedule, has some truck dates definitely
what track
confirmed. Is that one over in Indiana, the Montpelier.
Oh, Montpelier. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking Waynesfield for some reason. Okay.
No, Montpelier has I want to say 5 dates with the Dirt Track Truck Series scheduled. I can't say any dates since they have not released it just yet, but the schedule is forthcoming. I have seen it. They're just waiting on a couple things yet to be finalized. They have released the rules for the street stocks and the super stocks. And
I want to talk about that. want to talk
Well,
about
that's
that.
good.
But first, let's finish here with Lima Land, some of the other big events, the All-Star Sprint Speed Week date, June 17th, Championship Night, July 29th with the Wards and King of the Quarter Mile happening on August 5th. That'll be the finale at Lima Land, who typically ends right there at the beginning of August anyway.
I did see their schedule, and again, I was disappointed not to see a late model show.
Oh, it's all Jerry's fault. I blame Jerry.
It is. It's all my fault. You guys know I don't like.
Yeah.
Yes, I love late models. If it was up to me, unfortunately, it just hasn't
not
worked
up to
out.
you?
No, it is something that we talk about every year, and if the timing couldn't be right, I could see them coming back. It's just a matter of the powers that be and the timing to make it work.
As you mentioned, the Montpelier Motor Speedway has announced their rules for the super stocks and the street stocks. They also announced they're going to be running a full season starting April 9th with the weekly classes of modified super stocks, street stocks, and Hornets. RaceMontpelier.com is where you can get those new rules. I was looking through the rules just to see how my super stock for Oakshade compared to the super stocks at down there, and I think the only thing that would keep me from being legal is the window net, which I noticed they had that rule for both the super stocks and their street stock class. And that's something I meant to ask you about. Some tracks have the window net for that class for these lower classes on dirt, and some don't. What is it a big safety enhancement to have a window net?
Scott, the biggest thing that a window net does is if the car were to roll over, it keeps your arms inside.
Okay. See, I'm always looking out. Not always, but before I go into the corner, I'm looking to my left out through that window there. I don't know.
Well, it's like the bars in front of you, though, Scott.
Yeah. That's right.
When the green flag falls, they disappear.
You're right. I couldn't even tell you how many bars I have in front of me.
No,
because that was one of the other rules, and I forgot to go look. I think you have to have 3 bars right in front of you.
I'm pretty sure you have 4, but whatever.
I think the last car, they only had 2. So
yeah.
I've been guilty of never putting my window net up during hot laps, but I always make sure I have it up for race. But I couldn't imagine driving a race car without it now. I mean, I watched my dad for years without a window net. Everybody I knew raced without nets. But like Ron says, I mean, you start tumbling, it's just easy for an arm to come out. Or
you've done that before.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have. But my window net was up, and it kept me from
flailing
coming
out
that
there?
way. That and me holding onto the steering wheel for dear life. Yeah.
With explicatives coming out of your mouth?
There may have been 1 or 2, yes.
Okay.
Maybe 1 or 2, but, I was, help me, Jesus, help me.
So how hard is it to actually get a window net installed? I mean, is that a big deal?
It's not a big deal,
So
and it can be done with clamp brackets at the base, and obviously the top, when you trip it, it's not there, so it's not a big deal at all.
Okay, very good.
And it also, it keeps stuff from coming in, too. That's, God forbid, you get, if you are rolling in another driver, hopefully that net's going to stop.
It's not going to stop a car
making its way in and making contact with you. So
is it going to hinder
Chris
you out?
Mize, I know you're supposed to grab your belts. It was my rookie season. I can't help it.
What about getting out of a car that's on fire? I mean, is it any hindrance for that?
No, they've got quick releases. You either triple lever or put. Some of them have a latch and link setup, like your seat belts, or others use just an old, like a GM seat belt, where you just push a button and
it comes down.
It unlatches, and then it just falls out of the way. So, no, the containment seats are much more of a worry than the window nets as far as exiting in a hurry.
The upcoming Dryden Extreme Dirt Car Series races scheduled for this weekend at Lakeview Motor Speedway and Cherokee Speedway have been postponed due to weather. I believe that series is supposed to get things going again, and not going to happen because it's winter, apparently.
I think there's a big storm that's supposed to be heading up the East Coast.
Well, that's Sunday night or something.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we have the weekend weather pit stop with Ryan Weekman coming up here momentarily. Officials from the Motorsport I'm sorry, officials from the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame have announced the latest group of inductees that will be enshrined later this year. The inductees are USAC Triple Crown winner Tony Stewart, 9-time Little 500 winner Eric Gordon, sprint car driver Terry Gray, sprint car driver Tim Green, 5-time Little 500 winner Bob Fry, sprint car mechanic Ralph Heitzelman, Sr., sprint car owner Walter T. Ross, World of Outlaw car owner Dennis Ross, and the voice of the World of Outlaws, NAS Energy Drink Sprint Series, Johnny Gibson, racing photographer Jack Cromer, racing journalist Robin Miller, and fabricator Walter Slim Rutherford. I don't understand how photographers and journalists and announcers get into Hall of Fame.
Well, they have a media wing for the Hall.
Well, I don't
Sprint Car
think
Hall
there
of Fame.
should be a media wing.
Well,
if it wasn't for the
guys,
how could you
a lot.
How could you deny Robin Miller?
I'm not denying him.
The Sprint Car Hall of Fame. I mean, Johnny has been a part of every World of Outlaw event for the last 20, 23, 24 years. He started selling programs at World of Outlaw shows and has every day been to every race, has not missed any. Even last year during the King's Royal, lost his voice on the second night of the King's Royal and still announced every night that week.
Fair enough. Daytona International Speedway officials have announced the 64th running of the Daytona 500 in February 20th, actually, has sold out of reserved front stretch seating and RV parking. Do you know if they have restricted attendance there and this is sold out, or did they actually, is this a real sellout? I haven't heard of anything about restrictive. So does this mean it's becoming popular again? I don't know.
Let's hope.
Okay. And finally, talked about this at the top of the show about porn star possibly coming to NASCAR. I know Jerry and I were talking about this earlier this week. Australian racer Renee Gracie. She left motorsports in Australia to become an adult entertainer, and she's considering now moving to the U.S. and restarting her racing career with an eye on getting into NASCAR.
Ooh.
How do you think NASCAR would feel about that? They're all inclusive now, right?
So, I mean, Scott, the thoughts going through my mind. No, forget
I mean, there's so much. There's a lot to
I'm looking
unpack
forward
there.
to the 2023 NASCAR calendar. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe wait. Does Charlie do calendars like that?
You'd have to ask him, and I don't. Who? I mean, who are you going to hire to
I'm sure Tony, his wife, would have something to say about that.
Okay. And I don't know if you wanted to share what you were you had mentioned, Jerry, earlier or not, or we just want to sweep that under the rug.
Let's just let it go for now.
Well, sounds good. Let's get to the how many, a chance to win a Big D's Pizza. Once again, time running out to get in on the pair of tickets courtesy of John Young Racing to the Hangover race at Sandusky Speedway. General admission tickets, 2 of them on Saturday. 15Y. Hashtag 15Y in the comments to get in the drawing. It looks like the thing's working this time. It looks like there's at least 8 entries in there now. So
Ooh.
It's better than the one that we kept. Maybe I just need to open this at the beginning of the show. Maybe that was what my problem was. Maybe I should have talked to Doug Chris about that. So Chris says, wondering if she would run Sandusky. Probably would probably increase the
if she
crowd
saw
there.
you dancing on tables, Chris, I bet she's in.
Oh, my goodness. PC NAPCAR will not let it happen. It won't be NAPCAR anymore, that's for sure. Anyway. So last week's how many was, what's the number on the winning late model on Saturday's Wild West Shootout opener? And that was it Bishop, that one?
Yep.
Number 5. That was the winner. Ron was closest. He picked 6. So you were closest there. And our listener winner was John Young, as a matter of fact.
Woo-hoo.
So
Yay, John.
He gets a Big D's Pizza. He hasn't had enough of them. Yeah, he picked 6 as well. He was closest. This week's how many? We're going back to Sandusky Speedway. It was tough. I wanted to do a Chili Bowl one, wanted to do a Sandusky Speedway one, but we're doing Sandusky Speedway Saturday. How many champagne stocks will be checked in for the Hangover race?
Now, you understand that some of the cars will be double entered,
Yep,
right, Scott?
And that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like, for me, if I double enter, that that counts as one entry for champagne stock.
Okay.
Just the total number checked in as champagne stock.
I can't talk you into going first either, can I?
Nope, you won last week, so.
Jeez.
You think the cold's going to keep people away?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to go with lucky number 13.
13, okay. Jerry, you slept last week, so you go next.
You're next.
I was recuperating. I'll take the hit. I'm going 17.
17?
Ooh.
Wow. Oh,
I think you're going to have some double entries, and a few guys show up. I think 17's a good number.
I'm going to go with. I'm going with 12. I want to go in the middle, but I'm going with 12. I'm going with the under there. I'm being the pessimist. That way, if there's 12 checked in, and I haven't checked in yet, then I can control the outcome.
Yeah, that's
somewhat. All for bragging rights.
Not enter, just so you can limit how many.
Like that would happen, Scott.
So if you want a chance to win Big D's Pizza, just put your guess in the comments of our Facebook Live or the YouTube Live, and you can do this up until, we'll say, Saturday at 10 a.m. So if you're listening to us on the podcast, not listening to us live, you got some time, go head on over to our Facebook page, find the broadcast. It'll be close to the top, and just put your guess in the comments.
I'm with Chris Mines. I'm hoping 20 too.
I'm hoping 20 plus, because he said.
Yeah.
I know that they were talking about, and Ron mentioned this too, that a lot of that they have that. Was it the Spring Cavalcade?
Right.
With the UMP Dirt late models on April 9th and 10th. And some people may be using this as a test session, like this guy right here.
No, I've got the board on the car, Scott.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, some people may use it as a test session. Some people just may sit inside and watch the Chili Bowl Nationals.
Felix ain't going to run second.
But if you are planning on watch the Chili Bowl Nationals, you can bring your phone, watch it, watch all the cube mains and whatever. We'll be done way in time before they get to any of the main events later in the evening.
you can be home well before
Usually we get done 4 or 5 o'clock.
And don't forget, MAV TV is broadcasting the C main, B main, A main live on Facebook Live for free.
That's the Chili Bowl. The Chili Bowl now, not the hangover race.
Will Flo be covering that too?
Yeah, Mav's covered the hangover race. Dean, I am not. No, Chris and I think Chris has somebody else all lined up. The only thing I'm going to be announcing, Dean, it is me laughing at these guys freezing their butts off.
I can bring in a heater.
It's nice and warm in the race car, and
is.
for anybody that is freezing, anybody that's freezing their butt off, my trailer will have heat. Steve's trailer will have heat. We'll be good.
So again, last call, hashtag 15Y for a chance to win a pair of tickets to the hangover race. That's here. I'll type it in the comments one more time. That means I'm going to be entered. You only have to do it once. If you already did it, you don't have to do it again. Hashtag 15Y, just like that in the comments. And this only goes for the live viewers. If you're listening to us not live, then you're not going to win.
But you can still type it in.
Yeah, Jerry, you can win, I suppose.
Yeah,
Chris won't let you in anyways. Yeah. So the Big D's Pizza racing menu for this weekend, it's back. We actually have a race. It's the Hangover Race in Sandusky Speedway, featuring the Moonshine Stocks, Whiskey Stocks, Champagne Stocks. Pits open at 10 a.m., main gate at noon, and racing at 2. I guess they had put out something that had the old times on it.
Yeah.
So they're kind of just be there in that time range. Things are going to happen. But 10 a.m., I don't think racing will start before 2. If you get there between 1 and 2, you should be good.
Yep.
For the racing.
2 o'clock in the afternoon, right in the heat of the day.
It's going to be warm. $10 general admission for that, so it'll be a good, fun time. Spend $10 and watch the race. And we have Ryan Weekman to tell you how or what
hot
to expect.
It's going to be.
Yeah, how hot it's going to be for Saturday. This is your weekend weather pit stop.
Here is your weekend weather pit stop forecast. I'm WTOL 11 meteorologist Ryan Weekman. Good to be back in January. I didn't think I'd see you until spring again. Hey, the forecast for Saturday out at Sandusky looks good, but it will be cold. Look for temperatures to be in the upper teens or low 20s, a wind chill with a breeze off the lake. Probably going to be in the upper single digits or the teens, so a cold one as you'd expect right against the lake there in Sandusky on a January day. Otherwise, dry conditions. Could see some snow by late Sunday, but most likely going to be dry for most of the weekends. I'm WTOL 11 meteorologist Ryan Weekman. Don't forget to download that WTOL 11 weather app to get the very latest on our forecast.
Here he goes. Over there.
Yeah.
So there you go. It's going to be a little chilly. Dress warm.
That's
It'll be fine. It'll be all good.
Put lots of clothes on, and
you can get some free food too
if you hit the flagman with a snowball.
So before we wrap things up here, how about we give away the pair of tickets courtesy of John Young Racing for the Racing at 2. Chris Mize says so. Yeah, racing won't start before 2. Let's see. Look at that. We got 15 entries with the 15Y. Huh.
Well, 2 of those were you.
I don't know. We'll see. Can you explain the booze names for the classes? What is a whiskey stock? Sure, we can do that. And you can also go to SanduskySpeedway.com. They have the rules on there. The whiskey stocks are basically, I believe they're 6-cylinder too. 4 and 6-cylinder.
Front-wheel drive.
Front-wheel drive.
And then the Moonshine class is kind of the intermediary class, mostly kind of stock cars.
Yeah. Like
two-barrel.
a Dominator Super Stock, Eldora, Lima.
Yeah.
Fremont trucks.
2-barrel carburetor. You can have a 2x4-foot wing or sideboard, I should say. And then the champagne stocks are pretty much
run what you brung.
Yeah, see some crazy thing. You'll see Ron's old car there, from what I'm hearing, but not driven by a Ron.
No, but my car
sold it.
My other car will be there.
Well, your normal car.
Yeah. With a board.
Chrome tab. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna draw for those tickets now. Put this up here. So here we go.
Chris said absolutely no wing on the.
No wings on the Moonshine. I meant a board, wall,
right
thing. Here we go. Super stocks, not bombers. Super stocks. Here is who's gonna win. Draw. It's going to be the Hammer Down Racing Report. Come on. Come on, Hammer Down Racing Report. Why is John Young entered in there?
Yes.
No, Jerry won! Congratulations, Jerry!
Does that mean I have to go now?
Yes, sir. You had to go before.
No, I'm not announcing. I was staying home.
Do we need to redraw, or are you actually going to use it?
I'll go. I'm going.
Yeah, very good.
You're going to use the pair of tickets?
No. Give them away to somebody else, but I will be there.
Okay. We'll do this again. We'll draw again. Here we go. Well, good. We're glad the entire Hammer Down Racing Report crew will be there.
If Chris Mize won,
Chris Mize almost won, yeah. Joshua Shadenauer, congratulations. You are the winner now for a pair of tickets to the Hangover race.
Very good.
And if you don't know John Young, I think you might.
I think they do.
Yeah. Contact him, figure out how you can get his tickets. If not, I'll get you in contact with him. Steve Miller says he's going to have lots of T-shirts for sale. I'm assuming.
The Lightning McSteve shirts.
He said, I'm ready. I will also have T-shirts, lots of kid sizes. I was wondering if that means he was going to be wearing a lot of kid sizes T-shirts.
No.
So Ron, I got to know. I've been seeing posts from Steve. He's been really excited about this. Are you going to get your butt whooped Saturday?
No.
I'm just saying. He seems like he's really on it this year. Has he got something for you?
Jerry, he's always very aggressive. He'll be out of tires halfway through.
We'll see about that. So we'll see. Well, I'll be out there at Sandusky Speedway then Saturday afternoon. Come out, say hi. Maybe we'll make Jerry do a special live edition of the Hammer Down Racing Report.
Yeah.
Dave Gumby for the win. I'm with Ron Paul.
Who said that?
Is Gumby racing?
I don't know.
Yes. Oh yeah, he's in Mark Kackenmeister's car.
Oh, that's right. You did say that. Okay. Well, thanks to Creed Kemenah, Harold Kemenah coming on, being our guest earlier tonight. Also, thanks to our associate producer, Dave Kemmer, who's trying to talk me into getting a Flow racing subscription. I came this close to getting it last night. I was like, if I get that, I'm not going to do anything except watch racing. I'll become useless. I will do nothing.
You'll become Dave Kemmer. You will be sitting in front of screens.
In 7 different screens. Because I wanted to watch the Chili Bowl. I'm just coming over to Ron's. That's all I'll do. Thanks to Matt Swander, John Young, Doug Dock. Thanks again to John for hooking us up with the giveaway for the tickets.
Yep.
And, next week we'll have possibly the Hangover race winner. I don't know who that's going to be yet because we haven't had that yet, but we'll find out. And then maybe 2 weeks looking to getting, I'm not even going to say anything. I don't want to set any expectations, but.
Again, very impressed with Creed Kemenah.
Yeah.
Yes. Very well-spoken young man. Looking forward to seeing him in Victory Lane soon.
Listening to him in Victory Lane.
Yes. Talking to him in Victory Lane.
Yeah.
There you go. Don't forget, we want to know your opinion on fighting in racing. Give us a call. Leave us a message on the Hammer Down hotline, 419-318-3081.
Grab your pen and write it down.
Yeah, once again, 419-318-3081. Call and leave us a message anytime between now and an hour before next week's show.
Yeah, we want to know what you think.
Yeah, we want to know your opinion. You think the policy they have there at the Chili Bowl is a good one? No fighting anywhere except for if you fight anywhere else, you get kicked out.
In front of the grandstands.
If you do it in front of the grandstands, we'll let you get. It'd be like a hockey fight. So someone goes down, we're not going to break it up. I like it. I'm for it. That's
jersey.
There you go. Gloves are off. We'll see you next week, next Thursday night. And if you're out at Sandusky, we'll see you there.
Oh, yeah. Please be at Sandusky.
Yeah, just dress warm. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time.
It's going to be a good time. Don't miss out.
Bring snowballs.
Bring snowballs.
If you're over on the Cleveland side, if you're over by Cleveland, or maybe if you're not, maybe you want to swing over by Cleveland because I think they may have gotten some lake effect snow. Make some snowballs, put them in a cooler, bring them with you on Saturday. It'll be cold enough. They're not going to go.
I'd rather you didn't, but okay.
I've been in the stands. I've seen them. They load them up. They put them on the stands, on the bleachers, just all in a row, so that as soon as that yellow flag comes out, they just stand up, grab them, they're throw. It's like
my granddaughter has an amazing arm. I hope if she's got snowballs, heading for that 911 car.
Yeah, if you haven't been to a Hangover race before, definitely come on out, check it out. It's fun. More fun when it's snowing, but yeah. So, all right, we'll see you guys.
No fun when it's raining.
Support your local tracks. Support our sponsors, and
see you guys.
We'll see you next Thursday.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.